Alright, so just know right now that everything is at rest with itself. In other words, when I go to add bones in here, I can move the legs back. Okay? So right now, this is fine. Once I get the bones or whatever I put in here to move these around, that's when I change the structure where these go back a little bit and these go forward a little bit. So don't worry about stuff like that. Everything's at rest. And it's easy to pose and do all that stuff later. We're going to look at wings and how we could produce some wings. So here, just making this big old form. There's a couple ways I could do this. I could do it with texture, okay? So I could probably come up with an alpha in Photoshop and apply that alpha so it looked transparent. We could do it that way. But I really dig the aesthetics of modeling, so I'm going to choose to do it the modeling way. Okay, 3 in the keyboard. And I can see these wings have, it goes thin and then thick just on one side, and it's a straight on one side. So let's see if I can mimic that. So it's always going to be straight on one side. It's going to be fatter here, thinner here, and real thin on this side. Okay, and I would say this comes more to a point. So let me jump into my top view. Start messing around with that. Good. Okay, so when I get the overall shape on here, I can go to the next level. One on the keyboard will yield these. Okay. Which I can clean up this form a little bit by just pulling those in, taking these and pulling those back, taking that. One thing I like to do is also, because of texturing later on, I'm going to take that and extrude it in just a little bit. And I'm going to scale it a little bit of green and a little bit in red. That's just going to make a nice natural edge loop going around on the inside of the wings. Okay, it looks like I broke my perspective view. There we go. So I'm just going to kind of put these in place and scale them to the correct requirements. Dog Victor on the keyboard will allow me to put them here. And then when I scale them, they're scaling to the body. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to Google for a sec. and you see that there's actually two sets of wings and they're folded up on top of each other. This bottom set is a little bit different in the fact that it's bent, but it looks like it has the same structure. Okay, and it could be just a different angle. In fact, that's what it really is. It's just a different angle. I am going to take and make it a little bit more angled, only because it looked more angled. So I'm going to take and create a lattice. Apply that. And then I could take these lattice points here and kind of over exaggerate that just by a little bit. And then rotate it back just a little bit. Okay, so where does these attach at? These attach right here. Now, I'm not going to attach them because it would yield some problems animating them and texturing them. So I'm going to get them close, but really this is kind of a game bug. Calling it that. So I want them close. But in this area, these vertices right here, I'm going to start shrinking these up. And all this right here is going to get averaged. Go like that and start straightening out these a little bit more. They're kind of jaggedy. They would lead to problems later on. And I'm going to do the same with the other wing. Bring those back. Oops. And do a little bit of scale. So that's a whole thing right here. Again, I can't say it enough, is with organics is just trying to get the kinks out. Alright, so meet me in the next video. I'm running out of time.